It's time for Minutes with the Mayor, brought to you by Mercantile Bank. Thank you, Mercantile Bank. And today, thank you, Jeffrey Conte, Director of Public Works. How are you?
I'm good. Glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're here. So you just finished up a big project, is that right?
We did.
Okay.
We're wrapping up a $11.5 million project at the water treatment plant.
That is a big one.
It's a big one,
Yes.
So this would be the replacement of the pump station that pumps both water out of the river up to the treatment plant for treatment,
Okay.
and pumps finished water out to distribution system. So
Okay.
it hadn't really been upgraded since about 1957. So it was old, it was time.
It was time,
Yes.
Absolutely. And it fits into, well, congratulations on the completion
Yes.
of this project.
Yeah.
Not a small amount of money by any means, but necessary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So we had actually looked at rebuilding it, leveling it and starting over.
Okay.
And a low bid we got on that was like $14.5 million. So we feel good that we've got a new pump station. We have an old building, but we have a new pump station.
Sure.
And we saved $3 million.
Well, there we go. Let's focus on that. Absolutely. And this project fits into, obviously, the long-term strategy for Quincy's infrastructure.
Correct.
Okay. So what does that look like when we're talking long-term infrastructure strategy? Those are a lot of big words. What does that mean?
Well, it means planning the replacement of, in most cases, aged infrastructure and kind of critical components, doing it in order that both makes sense from a risk and also from a cost perspective. So trying to stage it up so that we are most efficient with the money that we have to spend, available to spend. Yeah.
Now, infrastructure includes not only, of course, pipes that carry our water through the city,
Right.
Roads. What does it all include?
It includes a lot of things. So obviously you have the treatment plant, you have pumps, you have tanks, you have the water mains themselves, fire hydrants, those kind of things. But you have you're right. We have the streets, sidewalks, the curbs, the gutters. All those are tied into it because all our utilities are all on public right of way.
Right.
And when we go to make repairs to them, we're impacting pretty much everything from sidewalk to sidewalk.
Right. So there's a lot of planning that goes into that. Let's say, we talked about some construction happening on, let's say, Road A.
Right.
And it also needs some, water line repairs or
Exactly.
replacement. Then you have to, coordinate those.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
And then the sewage. So we've talked a lot about, I don't want to say impending doom with sewage in our
Right.
city, but it could be if we don't focus on these projects.
It is.
Is that
Now,
right? Okay.
Right, yeah, so that's the one utility people really don't think about, right?
No, I don't think anybody wants to think about
Well,
it,
they
but
don't.
until something goes wrong with it.
Yes, and
Yeah.
somebody needs to think about it
Yes.
so something doesn't go wrong.
Right.
So we have this sewage treatment collection and treatment system that is older than the water system, right? So that when the city was first built and people were bringing water in various ways and wells, private wells, we still had to get the waste out of town.
Right.
So we're dealing with stuff that's from the 1840s on.
Yeah, which is, that's
Yeah.
got some age to it.
It's got Asian, and it's underneath. Most of it's underneath streets and alleys, and the old pipes. They over time, earth moves a little bit.
Yeah.
They used a lot of clay pipe back then. It cracks, and you get holes, and then you get sinkholes. So it's potentially could be damaging. So,
Sure.
So you got to plan for a replacement of that too.
Okay, and then how does so you brought up the Whipple Creek.
Whipple Creek.
It's a cool name. What is it?
Cool. It is. So Whipple Creek is a small little finger that starts about 10th and Locust,
Okay.
and it works its way down towards Cedar Creek at Front Road or Bonnesinga Drive.
Uh-huh.
So there is a combined sewer overflow there. So the sewage we divide the city up into what we call sewer sheds, so kind of like a watershed. It's all the sewers in here all discharge in one area. Well, everything in the Whipple Creek district discharges or used to discharge in this area.
Okay.
Since we have a treatment plant, we've now intercepted that so it doesn't discharge there and it goes out. It comes down along the river and goes to the wastewater treatment plant.
Okay.
Well, under heavy rains, we have all these catch basins around town. The sewer that takes it down to the wastewater treatment plant, it's not big enough to carry it all. So it discharges the excess. That's called CSO, Combined Sewer Overflow.
Okay.
We're under federal mandate to reduce those. So less sewage being released into the environment.
Okay.
So we're in the middle of a 20-year program to upgrade our system so we have less combined sewer discharges. And the next project is Whipple Creek, and that's it's named because that's the name of the interceptor that it discharges into Whipple Creek.
Okay. So what does it look like as,
So
as
actually
a
you won't see it
project?
because it's all underground,
Okay.
like most sewer stuff is.
What does it sound like? What's included
Well,
in kind of
what
this
it is-
project, right?
Right. So right now, what Whipple Creek Interceptor is a box sewer. It's 10 feet wide, 9 foot tall, so big enough to drive a car through.
Okay.
Okay. Most times, it's just a little trickle going through their sewage. When it rains, it's
Like a deluge.
yeah.
Okay.
So what we are doing is we're going to be building structures inside to use that volume that's all in this 10 by 9 box that it's almost it's probably about half a mile long. We're going to put structures in there to hold water back for as long as we can.
Okay.
So most small storms, you get 2/10 of an inch of rain or so, which doesn't sound like a whole lot of water, but when you do it over the acreage that is Whipple Creek, that ends up with millions of gallons.
Okay.
So this is going to store that. So most small storms won't have a discharge at Whipple Creek, whereas right now, pretty much anytime it rains, you're going to discharge some sewage.
Gotcha. So it's going to be like essentially a dam?
It's yes.
Okay.
It's like a dam with a little hole in the bottom.
Okay.
To let some of it go. Eventually, it'll get full and it'll overspill. There's like a weir, what we call the weir. It spills over,
Okay.
and the excess goes out. So you can only capture so much.
Gotcha.
And once it's full, and that all goes out. So big, heavy storms, if you get an inch of rain in an hour,
Yeah.
we're going to have a CSO discharge.
But essentially it just kind of slows it down as to not overwhelm the system.
Precisely.
Okay.
Precisely.
Well, and this was just awarded, this project,
Yep,
is
so
that right?
It got awarded last night. It's about
Okay.
a $2 million project. It's part of a total project of about 25 million.
For different systems and different,
right.
what'd you call it, where,
CSOs.
CSOs
Yep.
around
So we
the
have
city?
6 CSOs around the city.
Okay.
This is actually our third phase of the project. It's 25 million total. This will bring the total spending up to about 12 million.
Okay.
So we're about 2/3 of the way through the program on what we should have spent, and we're about $3 million below budget. So
Yay-hoo.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's $3 million is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
So, yeah.
And it's all being mandated. It's not something that we're doing because we feel like it needs to be done. However, it seems like it will help avoid some overwhelming of different systems and areas.
Oh yeah, it does, and plus it does. 2 of the CSOs we have, they discharge onto the ground and they flow through people's backyards. So you know.
We don't want that either.
We don't want that either.
Yeah,
No.
I get that.
Yeah.
And then this and all of the other CSOs are, on the docket for more projects to come in
Correct.
2026 and beyond. Do you have any other large projects that you want to make people aware of or just
So
shout
the
out?
next big project that I'm looking forward to is the at the water plant. So to be the next phase of that would be our phase 4. And it's replacement of one of our clarifiers. So water treatment is a multi-step process. And one of the first things that you do is do what's called clarification. And essentially just removes the silt, the turbidity in the water.
Sure.
And we do it by adding chemicals. But in doing that, you remove a bulk of the pathogens.
Okay.
So you're required by the regulations to have at least 2 units that you can treat your maximum consumption.
Okay.
The unit we have now was built in 1957, just like the pump station was. It's kind of sidelined for emergency use only because it's in pretty degraded
repair.
condition.
Sure.
It's metal, it's iron, so it's rusted. It's just 60 years old iron, and
Sure.
iron and water don't mix
They don't mix.
too well.
Yeah.
So the next project would be to replace that. It's about a $6 million project.
Okay.
And hopefully that'll be under construction within a year.
Okay. And then these clarifiers take out like different levels of particles or different sizes of particles.
They take out the biggest stuff, plus they trap
Okay.
The pathogens. Most of the pathogens will get removed. The rest will get moved in the second phase, which is your filtration step.
Gotcha.
And then the third step is disinfection. So we've already replaced the filters. We replaced our disinfection system. We kind of been moving backwards up line, but it's based upon what we can see as kind of risk and cost. Priorities.
Priority balancing with cost,
Yep.
which is not an easy task, but
Yep.
through our conversation, we've saved some money. We've made some improvements. Saving money obviously sounds good. We also know we're spending money, so don't come at us. We know that it is a necessity.
Yes.
We've also seen what happens when you don't focus on making these repairs and focusing on these projects, which is, the SOS, the code red, right?
Yes.
Then we're told don't drink this water.
drink the
So
water, right.
we got to focus on it. It is they are all larger or parts of projects that need to be done to maintain our infrastructure, which we all need on a day-to-day
Right, because you got to keep in mind too, so when the city got first developed, there was this explosion of infrastructure investment. And then once it was all built, well, we just kind of walked away from it. And now we're like, okay,
crap.
We got to get back and start replacing
And it's
it.
also something that we're focusing on when we're talking about developing Quincy or bringing more, people to Quincy or building it out. So you have a never-ending job. I could sit here and nerd out with you about it all day because it's very interesting to me just to think about the infrastructure that we use and we walk on and we drive on every single day. We kind of take it for granted until something goes wrong, and that's why you're here to make sure things don't go wrong. And we appreciate you. And if they do go wrong, we will also hold you very accountable.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Mr.
fair.
Jeffrey Conte, thank you so much. I appreciate
Thanks
you coming
for having
in.
me.
Absolutely. Have a great day. All right, that does it for Minutes with the Mayor. Thank you so much, Mercantile Bank, and of course, the City of Quincy.